Man Hour Nation, it's time to get shocked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the fat lady has sung. The fat lady said, we don't want no football in Buffalo. The Northeastern is rolling in, and they said, hell no, you ain't playing football here this weekend. So as you guys know, New York, that Northaniel area, the New England area, is supposed to get about 6 feet of snow over the weekend, starting tomorrow night, I do believe. In hindsight of that, the NFL has stepped in and said, Buffalo, you cannot play your game in Buffalo this weekend. We're going to make you go over to Detroit and play in Detroit this weekend. So I got to sit back and thinking here, I'm like, what is the point of a home field advantage that the NFL is consistently stepping in? It's going to be snow. It's going to be so blowy up there. We can't play. We can't play because it's too blowy. Come on, y'all. Simmer down now. It's just a little bit of snow. Okay, it is 6 foot of snow. The game would probably be terrible. It would be very, very bad on the eyes while washing through the camera, right? I get it. But why not postpone it? Or move it up. Move it up to Friday night. Hey, we did it for the Rona. Why not do it now? But they want to move it to Detroit, basically make the Buffalo Bills and their fan base travel across Lake Erie, go to Detroit. I mean, I think it's like a 2 hour or 3 hour drive anyways, but still. That's kind of a long ways if you want to party and get drunk and drive through some tables. So Buffalo Bills fans, I'm sorry that you guys have to play in Detroit. But at least it's inside, and you can get back on track inside, and your quarterback's arm may not hurt, and I don't know. But in the end, man, that sucks for not only you, sucks for me. Because I had money to see if we could even see the game. But cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. Why I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Starts like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckeicher here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page score. Check out the blog section as well. We got new blogs dropping each and every week over there, all about NFL teams currently. If you like your favorite NFL team, click on the team. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a podcast on it. We got some blogs on it. Of course, we got the news popping over there as well. But it is Thursday. Little closer to the end of the week. We're past that hump day. We're at Conjunction Thursday. Theory has this day conjuncts us from the crappy part of the week and into the weekend. We're conjunctioning, and that means it's if and then statements right here on Thursday night on Man Hour. What is if and then statements? It is simple. It is very, very simple. Like all of our segments here, right here on Man Hour, we bust out a if statement. If it snows 6 feet, then the Buffalo Bills games get moved to Detroit. It is if statement, and we complete it with some thens. So if you guys got any if and then statements you'd like to for us to discuss for tonight, drop it in the chat here. But what we have lined up for tonight, right now, is we're going to talk a little bit about the Philadelphia Eagles and their Colts matchup on Sunday here. We're going to talk about the wide receiver woes in Kansas City. That is popping off. NFC South is wide open. Who is going to win that NFC South division? And then we're going to talk about Josh Allen, Mr. 6 interceptions himself. But before we get too carried away, we have to welcome our members into the chat here. We see Drew over there in the chat. What is up, my man, Drew? Alpha Rob is in there as always. Mamba Buck, what is up to Mama Buck? Cindy is in there tonight. Gunner, what's up? Troy. Guys, we have a packed house tonight. So if you guys are here, say what's up. Drop it in the chat, and let's get this game started tonight. Ooh, Thursday Night Football, Packers versus Titans. That should be a damn good game. So if you guys have not tuned into it yet, don't do it yet. We'll be here for about a half hour, and then bada bing, bada boom, you can go watch the Packers. Packers beat down the Tennessee Titans. But let's get started with the if and then on this Thursday night edition of Man Hour. But wait. Got a surprise for you guys. Starting this week and this week only, Friday night, we are doing Football Fantasy Fridays starting tomorrow. Me and my man, Tori Anderson, we're going to have a special guest by the name of Wyatt Williams jumping on with us, and we're going to answer all your fantasy football questions right here at youtube.com/manhour or facebook.com/manhour sports. So if you guys are a part of our Trash Talk groups, mainly fantasy football discussion group, pop a question in that chat, and we'll get it answered for you guys Friday night. Of course, we will have the live chat happening as well. So if you guys want to jump in there and do some great work, get your questions. Man, I got the hiccups. If you got your questions answered, pop them in there, and my man Tori Anderson will answer them because he is the fantasy guru right here on the Man Hour Sports Network. But the first if and then question of the night, or statement of the night, I should say, we are going to directly go up I-65, head up to Indianapolis, where the Indianapolis Colts will be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday afternoon. As you guys do know, Philadelphia Eagles dropped their first loss of the season last Monday versus the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders controlled that game from the snap, right? It was 40 minutes of time possession to 20 minutes. So it was a 1-to-2 ratio. So every 2 minutes, the Washington Commanders had the ball. The Eagles had it for 1 minute. So the if question of the night is, if the Philadelphia Eagles lose on Sunday to the Indianapolis Colts, then what? If the Philadelphia Eagles lose to the Colts on Sunday, it is because the Eagles could not get off the field on third down. On Monday, the Commanders, I should say, had over 50% completion percentage on third down. Now, that may not sound like very good percentage, but they had 21 third down opportunities to get off the field, and the Commanders succeeded 12 times on that. So right about 60%, they were getting, the ball an extra set of downs. It was third and long a lot of those times, but the Commanders were playing in front of the chains a lot in that game. So how can the Colts beat them? Is the Commanders laid out the blueprint. It is out there. Run the ball. Time of possession. Don't be stupid, right? 40 minutes to 20 minutes is the key there. Also, another key is let your running backs eat. The Commanders had 152 yards versus the Eagles on Monday, and arguably, the Colts have the best running back fantasy-wise on their roster in Taylor, right? And then they got they had developed that 1-2 punch again in the backfield, and the Colts are kind of getting hot, like at the right time. They got a new coach. Their running back is healthy. Matt Ryan is back at the helm. He got his first win of the season. Like, things are really starting to click right now for the Indianapolis Colts. So what do? You run right at that weakest part of the Philadelphia Eagles, and that is their run-stopping ability, and succeed on third down. Oh, but hold my beer. What did the Philadelphia Eagles just do today? Right here on Thursday, 3 days before they play the Indianapolis Colts, and they know they're going up against one of the best running backs in the league. They just add Dominic Asuh to their team to boost up that run-stopping ability and try to get them off the field during third down. So, if the Philadelphia Eagles lose on Sunday versus the Indianapolis Colts, two things are going to happen. The Colts are going to succeed on third down, and they're going to have a very good running attack. Let me put a caveat on that as well. When the Colts beat the Eagles on Sunday. This is bad news for the rest of the NFL. Because when a wounded dog gets backed into a corner like the Philadelphia Eagles will, if they go on this 2-game losing streak, people are going to be like, oh, this team's overrated, yada, yada, yada. They're basically going to be jumping on my bandwagon here, and then I'm going to have to put an asterisk by it and be like, hey, you know what? This dog is backed into the corner. They are wounded. They are hungry. Look out. When a dog is wounded and hungry and back into the corner, good things can happen. So if the Philadelphia Eagles lose on Sunday to the Indianapolis Colts, it's because the Colts ran the piss out of the ball. Simple as that. Simple, cut, and dry. But Buck, over here at YouTube.com, says, Troy, how can the Indianapolis Colts effectively run the ball when their quarterback cannot throw it more than 10 yards down the field? I don't know. That's a great question. Hopefully, Michael Pittman Jr. can show up and, what's their other receiver's name? Name slip up my mind right now, but he has been a big fantasy transaction for a lot of people. Is it Pierce? No, who's their second receiver? I can't think of their name right now. Michael Pittman Jr. and then the other guy. It has to be Pierce, isn't it? I can't remember. But hopefully the receivers step up and short intermittent passing game can be an extension of that running game, right? But they need to succeed on third down nonetheless. Moving on to the next if and then statement of the night here, guys. Let's travel to Missouri, to the Show Me State, and that is where the Kansas City Chiefs will be playing Sunday night. They'll be traveling to California to take on the Chargers in LA, which is basically be a home game for the Chiefs right in the end because nobody goes to those Chargers games in general. But the Kansas City receiving corps is starting to get pretty thinned out right now. McCall Hardman has officially been placed on IR, so he will miss at least the next 4 games, if not more, with the abdominal injury. Juju Smith-Schuster is in concussion protocol right now, and MVS is down with the sickness. He has had flu-like symptoms since Sunday night after the Chiefs game, and he has not practiced yet as of Thursday afternoon. He is very, very limited during the practice. So obviously McCall Hardman is going to miss the next 4 weeks. Juju has a possibility to play on Sunday, and MVS should have a possibility to play on Sunday as well, pending his sickness. But if Juju or MVS do not play on Sunday versus the Chargers, then what? No need to panic, Kansas City fans. We are going to be just fine. When I say we, I got my Super Bowl championship hat. I got my Patrick Mahomes jersey. I got my brand new 2022 Chiefs Kingdom flag here. I'm a fan. I am the fan. If you guys haven't checked out Man Hour Kansas City, you should. Shameless plug there. But if Juju or MVS do not play for the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night, we'll be perfectly fine. We still have a rookie receiver by the name of Sky Moore. We have yet to see the potential of Sky Moore because he's been overshadowed by all these other acquisitions. Juju, MVS, right? McCall Hardman, and let's not forget about the recent pickup of Tony from the New York Giants, right? He has been basically being forced into these offenses, being force-fed the ball, and he is loving every minute of it. Also, another rookie, Isaiah, right? We've had him at running back for the last couple games, starting at running back, because Clyde Edwards-Helaire has just been kind of like, whatever, right? We drafted him to be a receiver. So, guys, if Juju and MVS do not play this weekend, no fret. This is just going to make the Kansas City Chiefs better and more dangerous in the end. Because when you get Sky Moore clicking, that Mr. 4240 himself, you get Tony clicking, and then you get Clyde clicking with like Isaiah, and let's not forget about the McKinnon guy. Guys, there is a lot of dangerous pieces on this Kansas City Chiefs offense that has not been utilized yet because Juju has been doing so well. McCall Hardman has been doing so well. MVS is secretly the third leading receiver on the team, and let's not forget we still have Travis Kelce. So even though McCole Hardman is out, Juju is in concussion protocol, and MVS has the flu, if those players do not play, then the Kansas City Chiefs will be that much more dangerous when it comes January into February. Call a spade at the end of the day. They are going to be a damn dangerous team if they get these other guys clicking. It is what it is. Super Bowl, baby. Let's just go ahead and put this time, guys, make the Super Bowl hats. Make them like a gray. Like an athletic gray with the big old yellow champions like right across there with the Chiefs logo. That'd be fantastic. Get it up. Already got mine on pre-order, baby. Moving on. We've talked a lot about the AFC here the last couple shows here, right here on Man Hour. We are live every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. East Coast time for the foreseeable future, till at least December. When I go back to the nights, we might move it out earlier, but we'll discuss that over Thanksgiving break and see exactly what is going to go on. But let's move over to the side of the football league where very few people are really truly talking about, and that is the NFC, and more particularly the NFC South. Guys, the NFC South does not have a team that has a winning record right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at number 1 in the division at 5-5. The Falcons are at 4-6. The Panthers are at 3-7, and the Saints are at 3-7, respectively. Not trying to dish anybody, but right now, that division freaking sucks. This was the Atlanta Falcons division to lose till they lost 2 games in a row, and the Bucs won 2 games in a row, and they flip-flop. It is what it is. So, if the Atlanta Falcons were to win the NFC South, then what? Guys, if the Atlanta Falcons win the NFC South and they get a home game in the playoffs, they are going to be one of the worst playoff teams in recent memory in the NFC. They're going to have a losing record, and they are going to get destroyed in the playoffs. Let's flash back to July, August, September timeframe here. Myself, Beastie, Tori, Wyatt, we all sat right here on the Man Hour, and we all collectively said that the Atlanta Falcons are probably the worst team in the NFL. Combs had them not winning 1 game this season. I had them winning 4 or 5. I think Tori was at 5 or 6, and Wyatt was probably the most conservative about it, and he's like 6 or 7. All losing records, right? Not one of us thought they had a chance in the world to compete for the division, compete for a playoff spot, or even be where they're at right now. Let's just flash back a couple weeks ago, guys. Combs was considering putting the Atlanta Falcons in the top 10 of his power rankings just because they have been shocking the world so much. And then, of course, they kind of shit the bed the last couple weeks, but we digress from that. So if the Atlanta Falcons win the NFC South, then the NFC South will be represented by a team with a losing record. Why do I say that? Let's look at the Falcons' schedule moving forward. They play the Bears this weekend at Atlanta. Bonus there, but that's still a loss. Then they travel to Washington, D.C. to take on the Commanders. That is a loss. Then they're at home versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to give them that win just because they got to get some wins somewhere. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are kind of that sneaky team that might sneak up on you and bite you in the ass. Then they travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. A tough place to play, a division game, but I have them winning that game as well. And then they're at the Ravens. That is a loss. And then they finish 2 games at home versus the Arizona Cardinals, which they should win. And the Buccaneers, that they're in a must-win situation. They're probably battling for the division at that point. And that puts them at 8-9. So if they were to win the division, which the question states, then they will have a losing record. And the NFC will be represented by the 4th seed with the 8-9 team with a losing record. And then people will be up in arms, flipping the bricks, flipping cars over. We need to restructure the playoffs. This is crap. We should never have a losing team. Rah, 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 rah. No, that's not going to happen. What is going to happen is going to be an 18th game slid into the NFL season. So there's never going to be a losing team in the playoffs again. We're going to only have 500 teams again. Instead of 8-8, we'll be at 9-9. And bada bing, bada boom. Everybody's happy again, right? But yeah, if the Atlanta Falcons win the NFC South, the South will be represented with the team with the losing record. The NFC least is now the NFC loused. I don't know. Something clever. People a lot more smart than me make up those things. People are saying that there is no way that the Atlanta Falcons can win the division. This is the Bucs division to lose currently, which I agree. I think if the Bucs win the division, they are going to make some noise in the playoffs, just because it's Tom Brady at the end of the day. And if you believe in a scripted NFL, or at least I don't want to use the word scripted, or a influenced NFL, then obviously Tom Brady, what better story? Right off in the sunset, get his second Super Bowl. What, he's had like 8 rings, like at that point. I don't know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, Alpha Rob jumped in the chat. What's up, Alpha Rob? He says Falcons would be the worst division winner in a while. You are correct. You are correct, my friend. But let's look at last year. Were the Dallas Cowboys one of the worst divisions that we've had, or worst division winners that we've had in a while? Trying to think of recent memory here. The Seattle Seahawks, the year they won the Super Bowl, weren't they 7-9? I don't know. But yeah, the Falcons would be one of the worst division champions in a long, long time. A lot worse than the Dallas Cowboys. Anyways, moving on to the next one here. The last if and then statement here before we all jump in and enjoy some Thursday night football. Green Bay Packers versus the Tennessee Titans, by the way. Go Pack, go, baby! Woo! Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. No. Fuck it. Go Pack, go! Go Pack, go! Go Pack, go! Let's go, baby. I'm getting late tonight. Anyways, the last if or then statement of the night, guys. Let's travel back over to the AFC. Not to Buffalo, but to Detroit, where the Buffalo Bills will be playing their home game on Sunday because, snow or skirt of snow. But whatever, I digress. Josh Allen in post-practice conference today, he said he needs to, quote, I need to play more smart. As you guys know, Josh Allen has thrown 6 interceptions in the last 3 games, and he has yet to win a game in overtime in his career. Wrap your head around that. Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, has never won an overtime game. With that being said, if Josh Allen plays, and I air quote there, more smart than what? Guys, if Josh Allen plays, quote, more smart in his NFL game, he is going to basically suck as a quarterback. What do all coaches tell people, players in general, when they're on the field? If you start to think you are a step behind and you kill yourself / shoot yourself in the foot. So if Josh Allen has to play more smart, therefore he's going to be thinking more. What makes Josh Allen such a good quarterback in the NFL? He has that it factor. He doesn't need to think. He just reacts. He sees something and boom, he does it before his brain even comprehends what is happening. That is what makes great players great. It's the instinct. It's that it factor. It is the, I know I can do this and I don't have to think about it because I worked my ass off for 18 years to get to this freaking point. And Alpha Rob says he means to take checkdowns / or run, a.k.a. think more. What makes Josh Allen great is the lack of thinking. So to play more smart means more thinking, and therefore he is going to slow his game down. And in the short term, it is going to be affected. Short term as in this week, the next week, and maybe the week after that. And maybe by the playoffs, things start to speed back up for him. So this is a double-edged sword. Give me a hashtag waffle because my name's Wyatt Williams right now because I'm getting ready to beat into that bush and then beat all the way around it. So everything that I just said, take that up, ball it up, and then throw it out the window. Why? Because once Josh Allen gets past that thinking aspect and the checkdowns and the running and the scrambling ability and stop forcing the ball becomes a instinct and not a thinking ability, look the heck out. Look out. What makes Patrick Mahomes so great right now? He is able to diagnose the defense before the defense knows the play. He knows the defense better than the defense knows the defense. Josh Allen is not there yet. Once he gets there with that strong arm, with that 6'6", 260-pound frame, with that running ability, with the ability to get the ball to Micah Hyde and Singletary, right? Things are going to be good for the Buffalo Bills. When will it click? Playoff time. Exactly. When do you want to peak? Playoff time. When do you win a Super Bowl? Playoff time. When does Lamar Jackson lose? Playoff time. Guys, if Josh Allen starts to play quote, more smart, it is a short-term loss, long-term gain. Short-term loss, long-term gain. The Buffalo Bills will be just fine. Bills fans, do not panic yet. If he does play more smart this weekend in a dome in Detroit, you guys might... I don't even know who you guys play right now. I'm going to have to pull it up. I know who they play, but it's not registering in my head because I'm thinking Go Pack Go right now. It's kind of irritating a little bit, honestly. My Kentucky Wildcats are up 20 versus SC State. Hell yeah, baby. Got that game on TiVo on pause right now. The Buffalo Bills play the... Shoot, who do they play? Oh, they play the Browns. That's right, they play the Browns. So he can honestly play a B game versus the Cleveland Browns and be okay. He can. I'm not worried about it. Alpha Rob, you shouldn't be worried about it either. Josh Allen, take your time. Develop as a quarterback. Do not stress because all four teams from the AFC East are probably going to make it to the playoffs. It's looked inevitable at this point, right? But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. But with that being said, guys, If and Then is over for tonight. Thursdays are always short show because we want to get to watch some football games. Tomorrow we'll be on 8 p.m. East Coast time, our first Friday show of the season. Man, if you guys want to, jump on in tomorrow, 8 p.m. East Coast time, right here at whatever streaming service you are listening to. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. Have a great night. Enjoy the game. And of course, go Pack Go! Go Pack Go! Go Pack Go. Let's go, baby. Man Hour Nation. Rise up. And fucking is a game. God gets all the pleasure when the girl gets all the pain. He says I love you and you believe it true. When your tummy starts to swell, what the hell with you? 10 minutes of pleasure, 9 months of pain. 3 days in a hospital, a baby without a name. The baby's a bastard, the mother is a whore. This never would have happened if the rubber would have tore. The baby grows up and the mother dies. All that's left is